What's going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Monday, August 15th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope it went well. I hope you're ready for this week. Got a new week ahead of us, a new Monday. Let's see what's up. I got to be honest with you. Well, for one, I didn't mean to hit the intro to go off again. So, my apologies for that. And my chart's really zoomed in. So, I'm a little out of it apparently here on this Monday, but I know how to fix it. I can fix it. Switched inputs and forgot that one was zoomed in. Okay, let's take a look at this Monday here in the astrology. The sun's going to come to 23 degrees about midway through the day. So, I don't know. If anything, it's like we're at these kind of two-part, days. We get these every, so often here where the sun switches degree. I do think we kind of do feel it, where we kind of start off one way and then, sun kind of moved to a new space that we didn't start the day at. So it goes from 21 to 22, which is very Uranian to finish off the day, and with Mercury in Virgo starting to make that trine to the North Node and Uranus on this Monday, I think that there's, definitely epiphanies coming through, a lot of, precise understanding, but it's also like kind of a jumble of all these different things. Uranus can kind of bring a lot of insight or a lot of thought into certain areas. Maybe we have it figured out, maybe not. Could be kind of a stroke of genius kind of day as well. So I don't know. Something could be definitely either getting to the point where you're about to figure it out in a way that maybe something you were trying to crack a code to a safe or something, and all of a sudden I figured out Da Vinci's code. There is something, potent, at least within the way we communicate, or we might be communicating in different sort of, ways, whether it's figuring out different ways to express the things that we love. Sun in Leo, Venus in Leo, and Venus is starting to really tighten up on that trine over to Jupiter, and Jupiter just had the moon on it. Moon just trine that Venus as well coming into this morning, so end of Sunday night really. But I do think that's very abundant energy that this week's kind of leading off with too, is like, wow, a lot of this kind of comes back to your own sense of self, your own sense of ego and that relationship to yourself, but also the people in your life. Like, how expansive can it be with the right people, and how expansive can it be when you're doing the things that you love and when you're having a good time? Like, a lot of this, as the sun's coming off the opposition to Saturn, was like, are we going to keep playing in these weird sort of alien areas of life that aren't fun and exciting to our, own personal life? And I think that's where this Sun Saturn was like, did you just do the things that make you happy, or did you kind of sell yourself to something that you didn't want to do that you thought you had to do? But then we come into Monday and it's like either the realization of like, wow, yeah, I really did not pay attention to the, sort of, my own uniqueness and my own individuality and my own things that I'm building and creating, and, finding this purification of what can be shifted and molded around in that area. Same with the people, projects, creative endeavors with people, like things that are fun and exciting, and being able to have two strong independent energies come together to create something that does bring people together is very important. So I do think that there's a lot of, benefit coming for the right relationships in life, like the strong ones, the independent ones that are finding each other and be like, wow, you're an independent energy like me. Like, oh my gosh, like we can go create and do so much, and there's so much love. So I do think there's interesting possibilities for relationships right now, or there's also sort of these interesting, understandings of like, wow, I'm actually not where I want to be with a lot of the things that we build relationships to. Not just people, but to things in our life. Jobs, there's a lot of that with Saturn too. It's like what relationships to things that we want to be held accountable for. Are those the things that really are important to us and important to our heart and important to our soul? I think these are important things to be paying attention to. Mars is done with the trine over to Pluto, so there's just been a lot of trine energy in the chart right now, which is nice. Definitely can be very harmonious and can definitely be expanding and growing and bring love and fun and so many different cool energies into our life. But it's also like we can miss out on them too. So I think we want to like be paying attention. I think Mercury's helping us with that, and the trine to Uranus. Like we're definitely seeing all angles of what we're looking for in life right now. It's just a matter of, are we going after our desires? Are we building these things? Are we finding this, sort of concrete nature to what we can make real, what we can manifest, what we can have, what we're doing, and who we're doing it with? And, getting a good reflection of that is bringing back the love and satisfaction that we're looking for. I think today's a good reflection of that. And it's like, yes, and the moon's in Aries, so it's definitely empowering us even more to kind of look at ourselves and pay attention to ourselves and kind of put ourselves first, right? Aries is the first sign. So by putting ourselves in that position of at least being, self-aware of what aspects in life are making, how are we feeling, right? Like actually putting the effort on the moon in Aries and be like, well, how do I really feel? Am I feeling like this is abundant? Am I feeling like things are beautiful or not? And being able to make those decisions will be extremely helpful. And the moon, it's not going to quite get to the trine to the sun. It'll do that early tomorrow morning. But it's getting there. And it will finish off the day with Chiron, which can be definitely like, I'm holding myself back, but this is where a moon is in Aries. And I just think that when it comes down to it, it's like self-accountability will make all the difference. If things are hard right now, don't point the finger. Like, look at yourself. Look at the things that you've created and be like, yeah, this was my doing. And I know that can be a hard one sometimes, but if you're just going to point the finger or get angry that other people got you here, other circumstances got you here, then that's probably part of why you're not getting sort of these new manifestations to come in. Like self-accountability, self-reliance. There's so much about the self in the astrology right now. That's where you liberate, is by getting into that space of doing what you need to do to feel like you're living the life that is uniquely beautiful and yours. And that's where I think the most beautiful relationship energy can show up, with a Venus in Leo trine a Jupiter in Aries. So very powerful relationship energies, and just finding people that are on the same path and kind of, it's like two egos are really going in the same direction, which can be very beautiful. And then Black Moon Lilith is back in Cancer, and it's square Chiron, and the moon's going to square Black Moon Lilith. So I think we want to definitely pay attention to our emotions, everything that we're feeling about ourselves. And I think that it is that accountability with Saturn in the mix too, that is saying, hey, we got to own up to these things in life. And that's the liberation. That's the sort of ticket to this sort of seeing the bigger picture of everything and then making the necessary decisions and moves to make that happen. Very strong day. Of course, the moon's at 0, but 8 for the sun in Leo, 9 for Mercury. Mars is so close to being at a detriment, so we're about to see Mars come into Gemini where, Mars is at detriment in Taurus. It doesn't want to be there. So it has been kind of slow going, but it can also be kind of nice, like kind of, take some breaks in a sense, but it's been heavy energetically. But I think we can feel there's a lot of change coming. And how we identify and make quick moves, we'll see. Because that Mars coming into Gemini is a trip, because it's going to retrograde there, right, in October, on October 30th or 31st, I believe. So right after the eclipse on the 25th. And it's going to be there for a long time, all the way into January. So actually, it won't leave Gemini until March 23rd. But the retrograde's until January. And that's actually right when Pluto ingresses into Aquarius, ironically enough. So, it's interesting to think about that Mars retrograde. It's going to be very quick energy. Mars in Gemini reminds me of like the Knight of Swords energy. So we're definitely about to see change, and we're about to see things happen quickly, and we're going to have to make instinctual quick moves, but we're also getting that sort of area of how quick we can instinctually move, sort of cut away and revitalize with the retrograde. So it's going to be very like, got to do this, wait, hold up, and it's going to be square Neptune the whole time. Not the whole time, but especially during the station and the retrograde period as well. So anyways, just a little look ahead into that kind of stuff. But this Mars finishing in Taurus I think it's definitely ready. It just knows that, we're going to have a lot of environmental stuff. What's going on around us, things start to kick off. And, it's good that we got to spend this time with our values and have these big transits in Taurus and eclipses in Taurus, because I think that we do have a desire for what we're looking for, and I think we've been able to spend enough time to look at that. Now it's really the liberating factor that's getting us to that, and the epiphanies that come with it, and also seeing that, like, wow, things can feel really good when I do that. I feel like that's kind of this week in a nutshell in some ways. So hope that's helpful, and I appreciate you all so much. Get that out of the way a little bit. What's going on, Elizabeth? What's going on, Yvette? Lilith and Cancer. Oh, progressed moon in Aries. That's where mine was all of 2020 and 2021. And it's been in Taurus for the last 9 months. Trining my sun right now. Woo! Of all the crazy transits I have going on, that progressed moon's really saving my life. So, I love my progressed moon in Aries, by the way. That was when I really started my astrology, and it was like a whole new chapter. And I really put more emphasis on myself and what I needed to do to get where I needed to go. And people thought I was crazy, and I was like, nope. Progressed moon in Aries in my first. Boom. And you're also a sun in Aries too, so you have your progressed moon coming around to your sun. That's nice. Very nice. Definitely gets new beginnings going. So, all right, we got temperance reversed. I think we need to find patience today. I think maybe we're looking for divine time to just show up now. Come on, God, divine time now. Just be patient. There is a natural order and things are taking place. Pay attention to the things that you want to be responsible for or take initiative for. I think that you putting that really strong value on yourself will connect you more with the flow of where everything is going anyways. So it's not so much about trying to rush things. Let's try and be patient and see. You'll just feel it too. You'll just be like, yep, this is my desire. This is what is going to bring more happiness into my life. And the 5 of Wands in reverse. I don't think we need to go out and create conflict either. Or we're avoiding it, but I don't feel like I don't feel like today, if anything's showing up with conflicting energy in your life, it's pretty obvious that it's just there to trigger and upset you, and it's not here to give you that divine, current of the universe that's going to take you to all the things that are going to bring, beauty into your life. And the Sun card. Wow. I think that's the ticket today, is really being in that place of love, really being in that place of creation, feeling free to be yourself, free to, put your energy where you want to do it and where you want to be. And, I love this card. It's got the 2, right? The youngsters kind of looking at each other with the sunflowers. It has that energy today where there's just people are just, they're just getting it. They see eye to eye. They want the same things. The energy just showing up in conflict right now. It's showing up like that for a reason. It's not in divine order. So just pay attention to those things. All right. I love you all very much. I hope that you have a beautiful, beautiful Monday, and I'll see you all for Tuesday's horoscope. Much love. Peace.